you know what's in this? The last 3 years of my life. Now, before I open this, I want to take you on a little bit of a history lesson and let's travel back in time 3 years ago. Every book is about how to set better goals and better habits, better resolutions, be more optimized, be more productive, be more efficient, etc. I wanted to write a book about what happens when all of that stuff goes wrong. I want to write a book about failing and what to do after a failure, after you've given up on a New Year's resolution, after some part of life hasn't gone according to plan. I wanted to write a book specifically for that group of people, make them feel less alone about failing because we all do it. So I wrote what's called a book proposal. Essentially, it's like a business plan. It's a summary, it's chapter titles, it's a table of contents, it's a sample chapter. It's like a mini version of your book, and that's what gets shopped to publishers. So I'm lucky the publishers were super excited about the idea, and as soon as I had a few meetings, I knew I was going to be writing this book. The way I looked at it was, okay, well, if I do 1,000 words a day, in a few months, I could have a pretty ugly version of my book. And sure enough, draft number 1, July 11th, 2023. Holy crap, that was a while ago. This is it's a pretty bad, ugly first draft, but we got the first draft done. A few months later, we got a table of contents, different chapters. This is like version 3. And then 2024, my life took a few interesting turns. And I had to do a lot of work around what to do navigating chaos and what to do when life doesn't go according to plan. And I realized the book that I was writing was also the book I desperately needed to be reading. Most of 2024, we're kind of reorganizing things. I probably wrote about 150 to 200,000 words of chaos. You see right here, this is most of my book. And the past 8 weeks specifically, it felt like everything finally clicked into place. And that is terrifying. So I'm gonna spend the next 2 days rereading the book, print it out, and then send it over to Pete and get his feedback. I realized that the book title I had before didn't quite capture what I was going for. Fast forward another month or two, and I reached out to my book editor, and he was super excited about it. He said, yeah, like that sounds like exactly what this book does. So now we have version 8, and this is called How to Try Again. I wanted to write a book that helps people stop falling in that same loop. I don't feel very good about myself. Oh wait, here's a new strategy. I'm gonna get super excited. I'm gonna go all in on that strategy for about 2 weeks, and then your kid will get sick or work will suck, and then life falls apart for a week or two and we beat ourselves up. This isn't just about trying again. It's specifically how to try again that's most important. And I send it to my publisher and they're like, man, this is great. We love it. And I'm like, it's not quite there. I need you to trust me. Please, please give me like another month or two. And they said, sure, I know we're close, but I think we're almost there. So now, fast forward to May of 2025, and we have version 12. I'm so much closer, and I'm very fortunate. I have other friends that are writers and people that are really good at this stuff. And I was talking to a friend, Tim Grawl, who said, Steve, you know all these other authors. I obviously had a bunch of people already read it, but I had one friend that I trusted above all else. His name's Josh Kaufman. He's the author of Personal MBA and First 20 Hours. He's also given one of the most popular TED Talks of all time. So I reached out to Josh and said, Josh, I feel like it's 95% of the way there. And I know nothing is going to get to 100, but I bet you could help me kind of push this thing across the finish line. And he said, no problem. Like 36 hours later, I was on a flight to Colorado. Josh sat down with me, got his Post-it notes out. And while I sat there with Josh and his son and played Elden Ring, Josh read my book and said, oh, I got it. This goes here. This goes here. This is the part where you sound like you, Steve. And it's the most Steve sounding parts of this book. We reorganized these and we put the book in the right order. I sent it to my editor. I said, Pete, I got it. He said, great. I love it. I love the order. This flow sounds awesome. I think the readers are going to love it. So we now have what's called a first pass. I printed this out and I read the whole thing in the page format. After having made all of the suggestions and changes, I had a lot of changes. If you can see some of these edits, but some of these pages have a boatload of edits on them with paragraphs crossed out, rewritten sentences. As a people pleaser, I felt bad submitting this. And at the same time, I felt like I'd made the book better. So next, we have what's called the second pass. I printed it out, I read it out loud, and I did much better. Submitted it, and they said, Steve, we loved it 6 months ago. We love it even more now. Please, please, are you done? And I said, yes, I am done. So that brings me to right now. I honestly have not opened this yet. I got this package 4 days ago, and I've been afraid to open it. This is my first time ever seeing my book in actual book form with the cover that I'm so incredibly proud of. The publisher knocked it out of the park. Oftentimes there's like a pretty big battle when it comes to covers. When they sent me this version or this idea for the cover, it's like, holy crap, you did it. I want to introduce you to the book I just spent the last 3 years writing. It's my life's work. It's something I'm so proud of. It's also the book I desperately needed to read myself as I was writing it. It's called How to Try Again. An approachable guide to navigating chaos and making change that sticks. So this is what's called an advanced reader copy. It gets sent out to my friends that have newsletters or podcasts so that they can read early copies. I want to read, there's a line I had at the very top of this, and this is the publisher's suggestion, and I loved it. What if we take the line of your proposal, can we put it in the front of the book? So now it says, some people wake up at 4 a.m., run 15 miles barefoot, and take an ice bath. This book is for the rest of us. Okay, can we point this out? This obviously is How to Try Again, but then you notice here there's a little ampersand, these little and signs, and it's slightly shifted over that says and again and again. And that's what this book is about. It's not just trying again and again, but it's how you're going to try again. Oh, I honestly wasn't sure if this day was ever going to get here. I've been on a 3-year odyssey, personally, professionally. It's been the most challenging years of my life. I know the publisher was really happy with this book 6 months ago. I said, can you give me 6 more weeks? I promise you it will be worth it. And then when I had these first and second passes, I said, I'm going to read this out loud and it's going to drive you crazy, but I promise you it will be worth it. I couldn't be more proud of the book that I wrote. And I'm sorry, I'm actually... Yeah, I kind of feel like I went through hell and back to write this thing. As you can tell, painstakingly, lovingly, caringly placed to every single word in this book. This is the hardest I've worked on anything. I think it's going to help a lot of people. It hits bookshelves, depending on when you watch this video, it hits bookshelves on June 16th, 2026. Sorry, I'm still kind of freaking out right now. I think the reason I didn't want to open this package is because then it became real. I'm a little scared of the spotlight. Writers don't typically like that. I am really proud of the work that I did in this book. I think it's going to help a lot of people. This is such a cool moment for me. I'm so appreciative of the nerd fitness community and the people that have been reading my newsletter for 17 years now. It's pretty surreal, but I'm so proud of it. I hope you check it out. Please buy this book. I literally fired myself from my own company twice so that I could put 100% of my time into this book. And for $20, $25, whatever it is, that's a pretty good deal. And yes, in case you're wondering, in the next few weeks, I have to go into a studio, so I get to record the audiobook. And I'm kind of scared, but super excited. And I put enough corny jokes in here that I knew they had to be delivered by me. I guarantee when you're listening to the audiobook, you'll be able to hear me smiling and feel my excitement as I'm reading it. So if you want to learn more about the book, it's in the link below. It's also, you can just go to howtoTryAgain.com. Yeah, again, I can't believe that was available. Like, people want to try again. How do you try again? Do I have the book for you? I'm so excited. This looks so cool. This cover is amazing. We wrote a book. Hopefully, please pre-order the book. That's really helpful to help publishers know how many copies they need to print and how many copies bookstores need to carry. Please feel free to support independent bookstores, your local bookstore. If you go to the link at howtoTryAgain.com, you'll be able to see the links to all the different places you can buy it. It's going to be the best, hopefully $30 you spend in 2026. We're all a little bit of a disaster, and I think that's okay, but we're going to try again together.